Steve Robbins here. Welcome to the Get It Done Guys, quick and dirty tips to work less and do more. Michael writes in, I'm bored at work. Most days I just sit in my office with no real tasks. My boss complained about me playing computer games, but hasn't given me things to do. Michael, if your boss won't give you stuff to do, you might want to create a new project from scratch. If you've never created a project from scratch, it's not as hard as it seems. In fact, if your boss tells you to do it, it's downright easy. You say, I'm going to invent edible nylon. Your boss objects. Do you know how expensive that will be? You say, you gave me the project. It's in my yearly objectives. Your boss bows to your superior logic and meekly lets you revolutionize the world by making everything edible. Recycling becomes a thing of the past. Your boss gets a huge bonus, you get a tiny bonus, and your corporate masters rake in billions and buy their own private island that's entirely edible. But what about projects that your boss didn't assign? If you work in a company that actually encourages innovation, you might take the leap of starting a project on your own just to prove it will work. If you don't work for someone else, maybe you want to get into business for yourself, or start a nonprofit, or some other extracurricular project. Jamie Kent just graduated from college. He's a musician. He's mellow. He says, cool, a lot. He seems to drift through life, meandering here and there. Only unlike most of us, as he meanders, he turns everything he touches into a movement. When I decide to have a garage sale, I set out my experimental quilt made entirely from old socks, never washed. The odor is what makes it art. I price it at 50 cents. After all, it's one of a kind. When Jamie has a garage sale, he puts a few things out in his yard too. And he gets a few friends to donate stuff. A few dozen friends. Then he teams up with a local charity to split the proceeds and gets written up in the town newspaper. My garage sale attracts 4 people and nets $1.50. His garage sale causes a 4-mile traffic jam of people waiting to get in and sends 600 aspirational pygmies to college. Step 1. Choose the right project. Despite his laid-backness, Jamie is methodical in spearheading new projects. The first step is choosing the project. You need something specific enough to take action, yet flexible enough that you can expand the vision as it grows. Let's revolutionize transportation is way too vague, but a more specific version might fit the bill. Let's prototype a car that works entirely by pedal power. Fred Flintstone would be proud. Step 2, choose the right people. No great movement happens alone. You need people. Decide who to recruit. If it's a work project, you should probably choose people from work. Find people who can get excited about the idea and who bring skills and perspectives you need for success. You might choose the following. People whose skills complement yours. People who will be good moral support. People who have resources you'll need. People who have good connections and networks. Or people who are so poised and confident that you can't even tell they have new hair plugs. Approach your chosen people, outline your vision, and ask them to sign up. Check out my earlier podcast, How to Ask for What You Want, for help asking. If they say no, go on to the next person. You're not trying to persuade people. You're giving them information and sharing your vision. You want them to believe enough to commit so they take partial ownership and start making things happen. Too much selling can be too high maintenance when you're up and running. You want people who co-own the idea from day one. Step 3, take specific actions. Once someone's on board, give them something specific to do or have them suggest something. Even small actions today start creating commitment that leads to bigger actions tomorrow. Today, you ask for a small favor, like designing a flyer or making a phone call. Later, you can ask for the really big favors, like handling that awkward cleanup job when you find a severed foot caught in the rear door of your rental car. It happens all the time, and that's why this is called the foot in the door technique. Step 4, recruit others. Lastly, start recruiting others. The more people who are committed to your project, the more momentum you'll gather. Give people your ideas and invite them to make the project even cooler and take it to the next level on their own. When everyone feels ownership, you support each other if things don't go well, and when things do go well, everyone gets to be a star, and it's all because you took the initiative. Jamie is building his budding music career by giving fans and friends the chance to buy a share of the Jamie Kent Collective. They get to vote on album covers, t-shirt designs, and hear his songs before they're released. They also suggest tour locations, and you can bet if he takes their suggestions, they'll turn out in force and bring their friends too. He's starting a movement with a vision, some friends, a strong request, and letting them take ownership. Peace out. This is Steve Robbins. You can find a link to this episode's transcript that has the Jamie Kent interview at getitdone.quickanddirtytips.com. Work less, do more, and have a great life.